Without the 30-second countdown that we almost did, where we talk and speak.
Regular geek into regular speak.
See,
messed it up every week.
You do.
He says, because you did the one, I did another. So we try that again. It is the technology show where we translate geek
into regular speak.
Every week.
Every week.
Every week. So we've got a super fun show today.
Not all webcams are the same, I've decided.
Oh, no, they're not. But that one's now in a better position. So for everyone, we move our stuff around, and Jabra still hasn't sent us a panel card.
And my halo is glowing.
Yeah, I see that. That's a lighting effect thing. But I think what we can do is I can try and turn that down. If I go, let's go share screen. Let's bring up the videos and let's do that and that and see if it changes it when I move it. Well, now we've just gone really small.
I don't know what you do. What are you doing?
I'm making, I know I've got to make the adjustments.
Brett plus mouse equals problem.
Okay, so there we go.
Let's go with Thingz.
How's that? Is that lighting better now?
No, I look just as fabulous now as I did before.
Oh, there we go. So I've called today's show Cats versus Cleaners. And let me do a quick introduction.
Cat versus robot. Is there a video?
Cats versus robot. There's
oh my God.
We got phone calls.
Everything's going off. So hang on. This is Thingz with a Z.
This is Thingz with a Z. That's
and it includes App of the Week.
It includes App of the Week this week again. We did that last time as well because the hardware and the software.
Cat versus robot.
So here, let me lay the quick story for you.
We had the drums last.
So first of all, that is Glacy and that is Scotty. So Glacy's the ragdoll, the one with all the lots of hair over here.
But can we just claim ownership? These are Brett's cats.
No, hold on. Glacy is Brett's cat. Scotty, this little monster over here looking straight at you, that's Cade's cat. This we had to get because
looks like it's from The Walking Dead.
Well, he's got folded ears. He's a Scottish fold. So his little ears fold forward and he's got the little weird eyes. But anyway.
And his whiskers aren't straight.
His whiskers aren't straight. He's actually an incredible little animal.
But they are Brett's family's cats.
They are our cats.
They're not just random picture cats.
They're not just random picture. These really are.
And hello to everybody who's watching.
So here's what happened, right? Agency reached out to me. I was busy, you know how we always get toys to review.
Yeah.
So I was just chatting and I was moaning about the fact that I have these two cats. And when you have cats, then what happens is they molt. Oh wait, not that kind of molt. They molt.
Not bee molt. It's really bad.
So they molt. This is literally what my couch and my floors look like. That's ragdoll hair.
I could not.
101.
My mother would not tolerate that, and I would know.
So I laid a challenge. I called it Cats versus Cleaner, and they sent me the Ecovac, and that's our Thingz for the week. That is the Ecovac. More specifically, it's called the Deebot U2 Pro. So that's the model. So Ecovac.
What's the blue thing?
This here is I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
So this is an accessory. Okay. So we're doing Thingz with a Z, which is hardware and software, because as you can see the phone there's an app, and I can show you the app. The app's actually very cool.
There's an app for that.
There's an app for that. So when you go into the Ecovacs, I've actually named my Ecovac that I have, which is that Deebot. It's called Flurry. Flurry is online at the moment, so I'm going to show the cameras. It will open up the app, and it's asking me to update the software. So I can see where Flurry is, and that's why I named it. There's a story behind that. But basically, the reason why they sent me this particular model is it comes with an attachment for pet hair. You can see where I'm going with this, right? So it comes with an attachment for pet hair. You asked about that little blue thing.
Deebot U2 Pro.
It's a wet and dry vacuum. That is a mop. So you swap out the back and you put this little thing. It's a Velcro strip that goes on so you can wash it.
Yeah.
And it mops your floor as well. So for hard floors, this is a hard floor vacuum cleaner, which my whole house is hard floors.
Does it work on like tiles or wood?
Yeah, tiles or wood. So it does our bathroom, which is tiles. And it does the whole house is hardwood. And so without that little blue strip on,
you don't need a husband.
No, you don't. Well, you actually do, because someone has to run the bot.
You have to press the app.
Gal gets me to run it. So, well, you see the little Google Home and Alexa logo?
Oh.
It's voice controlled.
Alexa, get Flurry to clean the bathroom.
Well, hold on. And you've never even done that before. It's exactly what you do. So I don't use Alexa. I use Google.
Yeah.
So I go, hey, Google, start Flurry. And it goes, I understand that. You want me to start Flurry? I go, yes. And next minute, the little wheels start going and Flurry starts going. It goes, and she talks
Do
to
you go, how many times do I have to tell you first?
No. She's got it taped. She even says, I'm starting to clean. And off she goes. And then the app kicks in. When she gets stuck, now I have to say, she got stuck maybe 5% of the cleaning cycle, which is really good. Like on the one ledge up into the bathroom, she did wedge herself every now and then. She sends you an alert. I get a text saying, I'm stuck. So I have to go and lift up and put it down again. And then I've got this really stupid, then I can just stop it.
Right.
So I can control everything remotely by the app as well. That's part of the app as well. I can schedule cleaning. So if you don't want the noise when you're not there, you can schedule it. It comes with all these accessories.
Oh.
So that's the little charging dock. Let me use the mouse. So there's the charging dock.
Purchased separately.
Only this piece. I'll explain that now. She finds her way back to the charging station on her own. When she ends her cycle, she says, I'm returning to the stop.
Unlike husbands.
That there is the main brush, and that's the tangle-free brush. So you actually switch the brushes out. It comes with an extra large 800 milliliter tank.
For the mopping.
For all the stuff.
Dirty stuff.
But then you can switch it out for the dual tank, which is this one. So that it's got water in it. You fill it up with water, put on the little mopping
attachment.
Cloth. It knows that it's on, so it knows straight away to go into mopping mode, and it cleans the floor. The little white things that it comes with in the box are disposable. So if you want to clean up like dirt, whatever, you don't want to use your reusable mop, you just use a disposable one. This thing that says purchase separately, I never got to play with, but I read up about it. It's a tape. So you can run this tape along your house, and Flurry or the Deebot will only clean within that area.
If you don't want it to go somewhere.
Correct. So I, as I said, I don't have the tape. I don't know how that works. But given how well this device works,
but you don't need it.
Well,
you don't need it.
So I did need it because there was one part.
Where
remember, Cade's room is hardwired, so the wire crosses the floor.
Oh.
So if I forget to lift up the wire, that can cause a tangle. So that would have been great to have this tape there, so it never goes. But then that part of the house would never get cleaned.
Yeah.
So I don't think you need the tape unless also if you have a carpeted section, then you want to run the tape so the bot will never go past that section. I don't have carpets.
Right.
So that's what that little purchase separate, but everything else that you need comes in the box. It is, I was skeptical. So I said to the agent, I said, look, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to review it. I'm going to run it. Have a look at that. That is one cleaning cycle.
You're very dirty.
These cats, let's go back. These little monsters, this one, I mean, look at the fur.
You're very dirty.
That's
disgusting.
That there is 1 hour and 20 minutes. That's what it mopped up off the floor. I run the machine daily.
Was Mrs. Britt horrified?
Yeah, we both were. I'm more horrified about Mrs. Britt's hair. So her hair gets tangled up in there as well. Now, even that they thought about. You can't see it clearly in the picture, but there's a little brush there, the little gray where I'm putting the clips on. There's a little blade that you can cut the hair and just pull it out. So it frees up the little brushies. I have to say, cats versus cleaner won. And I promise you I was skeptical. I thought, it's going to get there. It'll get stuck. It'll jam up the hair.
Is it going to be part of your new life?
Well, this is going to be a plea, a call out to David from the agency that sent it to me, Ecovac. Please, pretty please, do not send your courier to come and get this device. I really do want to hold on to it.
Lose my address.
I have put a link up where you can buy it. There are different models. There's an entry-level model, I think, in the 300s. The Deebot U2 Pro is currently saying that link will take you there to the Amazon store. It's $599. There's a model at $1,000, which has LiDAR, so it's got intelligence that it can see obstacles and avoid them. This one doesn't. It just bangs into it and then figures out and turns around and goes on again. It's actually quite fun. It actually says in the box, don't stand in the way and don't, because it does learn. It does start to learn. But I like to move stuff around just to see and test it. And it passed every time. I also did. I was quite horrible to Flurry. And David from Closer, you can't take it back. I've named it.
Yeah.
It has a name.
It's now part
Flurry.
of the family.
So I was
There's
quite
Cade
horrible.
And Monster Cat 1, Monster Cat 2, and
so
Flurry.
Gracie, Scotty, there's Gail with her hair, because her hair goes everywhere.
She's not a pet.
No, but her hair goes everywhere.
But
in
she's
fact,
not
some of that, let's go back to that picture. Some of that there, if you look carefully on the sides, that's human hair. That's Gail. Not mine. Mine's all falling out.
I'd have to ask for a DNA test.
She'll admit it herself. She broke our Dyson anyway from it wheeling up because it didn't have a tangle free. So, and that's a filter that comes out.
Yeah.
So you just wash that, you
Yeah.
empty this into the bin, and you're good. That actually is the bin below us. You see the pedals?
Yeah.
I was getting ready to do it, so I just took a quick picture for the. But I have to say that I was blown away by the. Now, what I did is I tested it. I took like I'm horrid like this. I took like crumbs and I just threw it in random spots, just to see if it actually did go through the whole house.
And it did?
In fact, I did it. I think I did a fingernail as well. I know it's a bit gross. I'm just, no, nothing. It got everything. It found everything. It cleans on a cycle. The other thing with the app is you can do what they call a spot clean. It literally just goes round and round and gets wider and wider and wider and wider, but only in that spot. So that works really well for like a bathroom or kitchen. You could put the bot down, you push spot, and it goes until the point that it can't go anymore, and it winds its way back down again, and then it goes up again. So that was fantastic. The auto mode just goes. The fact that it's Tess came on late. Tess, you should never ever miss our show. This is the
robot.
Deebot. You see how much we love our viewers.
This
and our
is for you,
producers.
Tess.
Here we are, Tess. It's a vacuum. Yes.
It's a vacuum cleaner.
There it is there.
But it goes by
screen.
itself, and it's got a mopping attachment and an app.
Let's go back to there it is, Tess. I put the picture up for you again. It's worth showing again.
Better than a man.
Better than it? No. So we've put the link in the technology store. You can just go there and search
The
vacuum.
technology store?
The technology store,
Where's
Angela.
that?
Love the way we segue into
Is
things.
that on the SME Mall?
It is. It's on
.org?
SMEmall.org. So there it is. You can go and click through from there.
You can buy any of the stuff that we review and showcase on the technology show in the technology mall.
Tess says she does need one.
Look, Ma, no hands.
Tess, it works fantastic. Well, you're going to have to listen to the show afterwards, but I promise you now, it from a cat hair point of view, it just got rid of everything.
But hers is broken.
Well, you have to get another one, and maybe we'll
She's
speak to
broken.
them about not taking mine and giving you a nice discount for yours.
Pretty good.
So that was Deebot.
So you highly recommend Deebot.
U2, the U2 Pro was the one that I used.
And you can buy any of the products that we review from the technology shop on the SME Mall.
Correct.
SME Mall.
So SMEmall.org, there's the link up there, and technology, or you can just search. You can just search vacuum. So when you get to the mall, you'll see you can just type vacuum, it will come up. I have to say that even if I do have to give it back, which again, I'm hoping I don't, this is something I would buy. And it's not often that I buy tech because I'm always playing.
It's secondhand now.
Well, I mean, if I have to go and buy a new one, I'm saying.
But they should give you a discount because it's
Yes.
used.
Yes.
It's got cat hair.
But it's named as well.
Did you get it in a new box?
It comes in a box.
But was it new when it came to you?
No, it came through as a demo model, but it had been cleaned.
Had
It had
other
been cleaned.
people's dirty things.
Well, I don't mind. I've cleaned it and I've named it. No one else named it.
Okay.
The voice was really cool, though. That was very cool.
Doesn't move.
Which doesn't move. What are you trying to do? You want to be on that screen?
I was trying to move this screen.
Oh, this screen. So you got to move the mouse back there. There we go. So that is Thingz with a Z. It was fantastic fun. I really enjoyed it. Give it to me before you give it back. You get in the queue.
That's good. That's genuine. Give it to her before you give it back.
Well, I'll ask that. No, then I have to. Then it has to leave. I don't want Flurry to ever leave my home.
It's called Flurry. You
Tess,
named
go
it.
to the link. You can get one. They'll deliver it to you. Same day delivery. Right. So that was Thingz with a Z. Ecovac makes it. Deebot U2 Pro. Fantastic device. I'm not good with the spell. You do it. There we go. So, business tech news. Why have I got that there?
Because you shook your clock at home and...
So, you know, we're always moaning, especially how you and I are saying we don't have enough time in our day.
I don't
There's
have enough
probably a
time.
reason for it.
I don't have enough time. But apparently the average Australian is likely to spend about 5.5 hours per day or about 17 years of his life on the phone.
Correct, on their phones. So that 17, just think about that for a second. 17 years.
It's half of my life.
Of your life. It's half of your life. Well, you haven't lived that long yet. That would make you 34. So
And I'm only 21.
But this gets worse, right?
Yeah.
Gen Z are averaging 7.3 hours a day.
Oh
So
my
it's like
God.
nearly 30 years of their lives.
So they've added 40%.
Yeah. So when I read the stats originally, I was like
7.3 hours a day on the phone. that's not necessarily talking, is it? Just using a device.
Yeah, so there's the numbers there. I'll put the new TCL up.
I would easily be on for 7.3 hours a day.
Well, I was thinking about this. So yes, it's a shocker, right? You look at a phone 5.5 hours of your day, but think about it. It is our entertainment. It's our news. It's
work.
It's all these things that we do, right? Like it is our lives. When we had the wireless and people used to crowd around the wireless in the evenings,
that's the radio.
3 or 4 hours. TV's consumed 3-4 hours a day of our lives.
Yeah.
So I don't
if I'm
think it's
binge watching Game of Thrones
I've
again.
been binge, you know what I've been binge watching is the Last Kingdom. It's like a Viking thing.
Oh.
Very cool. Netflix. Very, very cool. Anyway, back to the technology shot. So that's why I had that up. What's that, Angela? Let's see how good you are at games. Besides the Atari, what game is that? Do you know what that game's called?
Is that the tennis?
It is, but it has a name.
Tennis?
No. It was called?
Tennis?
It's something that Australians play a lot of, and you'll find the table in the
Tennis.
office. No.
Ping pong tennis.
So it was called Pong.
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 That game was called Pong.
Pong.
So the reason I put that up there, okay, this is scary but brilliant at the same time. Meet Pager. Now I'm not talking about Elon. The other clever being that's over there is called Pager. So you know Elon Musk has got a company called Neuralink, which is the brain control. He's put a Neuralink on either side of Pager's head. Okay.
Is he allowed to do that?
This is the technology in show, not the
Animal rights
Peter show. So I can't answer that question. However, when I tell you why he's done it, then maybe we can have that discussion. So Pager can now control Pong using his mind. And what he did, it was a fascinating video to watch. Pager has got a remote control, and they put these blocks up on the screen, right? And he moves the remote control, and every time he gets there, it releases more of a smoothie that he's been drinking that he really likes.
Okay, right.
So, but then the machine has learned his movements and how his hand moves. They unclipped the control. So Pager thought to move his hand, to move the block, and the Neuralink moved. So then they removed the control altogether, and Pager plays Pong with his mind. He controls the paddle up and down. He thinks up, down, and because he's being fed the
Why don't they
smoothie.
just do it on a human then?
Well, this is what this is all about. For people that have now lost all motor skills,
Oh.
they can have a Neuralink added. They'll be able to control devices, type, move things on screens, all kinds of things using their brains because they've replicated the movement. So before we go like, is this fair on animals, etc., this is for people that have lost all motor skills, will be able to control physical devices just using their minds.
Oh.
So I think it's a brilliant invention.
That's amazing.
We could also
amazing.
tribute that to Elon Musk. I love this shot of the Planet of the Apes with the little dude in the background there wearing his jacket. You see that over
One
there?
single human.
No, that's still one of the apes, but he's got a jacket on. And there's a little human over there. But it really is, I think, testing for positive.
Which movie is this one?
That's Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, but which one?
The last one. The War of the Apes, I think it was called.
Because they're humans.
Because there's humans taking them on. Yeah, this was the latest of the story. However, that being said, is it right to experiment on animals? That's always going to be a personal opinion. I don't think it's right to experiment on anyone or anything personally, but I also have other views and opinions. But what he's doing here is also trying to help people. It's not like he's doing it just to poison their eyes to see if it works.
But I guess the question is, why do it on an animal when it's for humans?
Unfortunately, fortunately, I'm not sure. We're not allowed to experiment on humans. That's like law. You can't give them drugs.
But he would easily be able to get volunteers who are paraplegic or quadriplegic.
I agree, but unfortunately, there's laws and governments that prohibit him. Whereas with
unless he's trying to prove that if an animal can do it,
well, he does.
Then a human can.
And also, an ape is quite similar. So I was speaking through that whole slide thing. I can go back again and make it run again.
Neuro.
So let me go. I went like this. Houston, we have a problem. And the reason I said that is because now it will start playing by itself, what it should do. That is the Nuro. And those are little Domino pizza boxes inside there.
Pizza
in
box.
Houston.
Pizza.
Domino's and Nuro have partnered to now do last mile delivery driverless. So these little devices. So you order on the app.
It's autonomous.
Totally autonomous. So you order on the
and
app.
ugly.
They are, no, I think they're quite cute. They're designed to be able to go into pavements as well. So it's last mile delivery.
Yeah, so it's not on the road.
No. So it's what they call last mile delivery. So pedestrian areas, you'll get a code on your phone. You'll enter the code, it'll unlock, and you'll grab your pizza from Nuro.
What's stopping you from grabbing more than yours?
It's the honesty thing, and I'm assuming they might compartmentalize them. I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe
because I might take, I've ordered one. But
I
really
ordered a
want
pizza,
two.
but that salad looks better.
Yeah,
so I might take it.
And I didn't get a drink, but there's a Coke.
Have you seen the Amazon locker hubs that are all over the place?
Yeah.
So you enter the code and it just opens. You don't know which one is yours. So I'm sure they'll put some form of locker slot inside there. I think this was just done as a mock-up to show you how it works. But it is rolling out in Houston. They are actually going live in Houston. They're doing this. I think it's pretty cool. Like for groceries, imagine people, again, let's go back to the previous story when we're talking about people that are disabled or lost motor skills. If you're elderly and you can't get to the shops, your groceries can now just arrive.
Well, yes, and there are all other instances where human beings don't have a problem, but accessibility is a problem.
Correct.
And if this is last mile stuff, because there are some places that cars can't get to anymore and they won't be able to. Pedestrianized areas.
Yes. Well, look at that area in Bondi where they've got that cobbled area. Yeah. It separates quite a big part of Bondi. So now you could have little Nuros running along. So it's quite I think it's a good move forward.
Yeah.
It's a nice test case because home delivery.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. It'll be very interesting to see how many people do take more stuff, or moan that they got the wrong stuff, because the only thing that does come to mind if they don't compartmentalize is I don't want people opening stuff.
Yes, it's mind control.
So mind control. Oh, for that was on the monkey.
The chimpanzee.
Pong. Yeah. So let's move along to our next. There's a site that unfortunately, now I was on the water this weekend. I was in Sydney Harbour and we saw this. This is a big problem in the world.
Yep.
We're throwing our rubbish into the sea.
Did you see the man who's underneath the water for 24 hours cleaning up? Yeah.
Wow.
And he does number ones in his wetsuit. He can't do number twos.
Well, I should.
He said that. He said it on TV.
So for those that don't know what we're talking about, there's a Guinness World Record that's just went on. He wanted to clean up the bottom of our harbour, because what I'm showing you, like in the pictures, what you're seeing on the top, he says that's only 25%. Like 75% of gunk sits at the bottom.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
So he's doing two things. He's cleaning up the bottom of our harbour, but he's spending 24 hours underwater to break a Guinness World Record. So he's got these special pipes and tanks. That
deep sea diving.
It's pretty cool.
And he's getting liquid nourishment.
But what was interesting, did you hear what he said he's worried about? He's not worried about
blue octopus.
The little blue ring octopus. Yeah.
Because you're dead in 45 minutes.
Yeah. So but also he was wearing quite a big suit. So the chance of being stung.
But he's not worried about sharks.
No.
He says,
there are sharks in the harbour.
He said, to be honest, the sharks don't really worry me, but the little blue thingy octopuses, they worry me, because if they bite you, you can die in 45 minutes.
Which is scary. So this is the technology show.
Clock starts now. Get me out of here.
Oh no, he's already done it. Isn't he?
No, but I'm saying if he gets.
Oh yeah, no, he's in trouble.
He's got 45 click.
And apparently the sting is not that bad. So you might even know. It's like a small little.
You might not know.
You might not know.
So he did number ones in his suit, but he said he can't do number twos.
Why can't he? Like, just as a matter of interest.
Because he'd be sitting in his poo.
So what? Babies do that, and they cry.
And then they
get nappy rash.
Their bottoms get very red.
Well, the reason I put this,
and he can only suck in.
It's actually a nice segue, because this wasn't why I put this picture up. Actually, this was about technology.
You've got a poo poo?
No, I've got that. This is a Danish invention.
Oh.
So this is a bot that goes around and finds rubbish and sucks it in. Because remember, I've been talking about vacuums, right?
Yeah.
So I found this one to keep the theme of the vacuum. But what they're now doing as well, they're going to start. So it's what they call the waste shark. It's a drone. It's what they call an aqua drone. They're now going to be deploying drones, like normal flying drones, that have artificial intelligence that will see rubbish and then send the drones out to go and get it. So these things aren't just aimlessly running around, which is battery life. They will be deployed to certain parts of the river This is some river in Denmark.
Is it
somewhere.
like your Deebot?
Very much, but
Will
for
it
junk.
will it know
suck
to
up-
go back to its home to
It
get
does.
charged?
All drones have got homing devices. They know how much battery life they've got, and then they come home.
And where's all the rubbish go?
So it holds it,
Yeah.
and then it goes back, and then they sift through it to see if they can recycle it or if it's waste. Thankfully, come on, humans, you shouldn't do this anyway. But most people tend to throw recyclable waste into water. You're drinking a bottle and it goes, or a bag or something. So generally, it's plastics as opposed to foods, because that would just degrade anyway. But I thought this was brilliant. It was just a concept. It's now being used in Denmark.
Waste shark.
Waste shark, yeah. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
So
What else you got?
That was it. I think I have one more story. I do. There we are. Tell me the number that's missing.
27.
It was quick. Yeah, 27. So the number 27 is missing, and there's a reason why number 27 is missing. I'll bring it back for the sequence. A lot of artists have died at the age of 27. Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain, Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix. There was another famous one that I knew that escaped at the moment. Anyway, I came across this website called The Lost Tapes of the 27 Club. I don't know if I actually put the slide up or the link, but just Google Lost Tapes of the 27 Club. Using artificial intelligence, so I think just to take a step back, music is just algorithms. That's all music is. You've got beats, you've got the constant beat the whole time. That's an algorithm. So what this AI has done is it's sampled the singer's voice, it's sampled their music genre, it's sampled the timing of their songs, and it's sampled the sequencing, and has now released songs. There are 4 new songs by Amy Winehouse, Jimi Hendrix, James Morrison.
I wonder what
and
the
latest one's
copyright. I wonder what the copyright is to that.
That's a very good question. I'd love to know the answer to that. However, so I'm a huge Doors fan, and I love Nirvana.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you that if you played these songs for me, I
You
would
wouldn't
not
know?
know they are that good. It's on a website. You can go and listen to it. I'll put the link up
Because
in the post show as well.
There's the copyright issue, there's the royalty issue, and then there's
That
the
is there
estate.
because these people have passed, and all you're doing is sampling.
No,
voices
there's
and
an
music.
estate. If you say that, then Elvis Presley wouldn't still be earning money.
If anyone knows the answer to that question, I'm actually going to put that into the post and encourage people to advise.
Yeah.
In fact, I know a guy that used to work in the music industry. I'm going to ask him about that. So, but do yourself a favor if you like any of that genre. So Amy Winehouse or Jimi Hendrix or The Doors.
Yep.
As I said, for me, if you played this Kurt Cobain song and told me it was from a B-side,
Yep.
I would have said he wrote it and sang it. The lyrics are unbelievable. The sound is unbelievable. No, it does. It absolutely blew my mind away. So that was how I wanted to finish.
Lost tapes of the 27club.com.
There's a message here, though. This was all about mental health, though. These people actually all took their own lives.
Yeah.
So they put this
Intentionally
together
or
to tell us.
unintentionally, because sometimes it's accidental overdose.
Correct. But it is because they're in a dark place.
Yeah, mental health is a horrible thing. And you do wonder whether, because they were all successful at the time that this happened.
So, yeah. Oh, there's a picture of our mall.
The mall?
The mall.
Which
Finishing
mall
off
is that,
business things.
Brett?
This is the SME Mall, part of this SME Association of Australia.
And does the technology show have a shop on the SME Mall, Brett?
We do, Angela.
And do we sell all the products that we review and or acquire and or find?
We do, Angela.
On the technology show mall?
I think I even have a banner for one of the products that we featured today.
Do we have a banner for one of the products?
There it is. You could go there to that link and get it.
Wow.
Everyone, all the small businesses, medium-sized businesses, or even single people out there, come take a shop.
So
it's free. We're in launch phase.
It's free. It's a genuine mall. It's an e-commerce mall site available to anybody, whether they have goods or services. That's right, Brett. Goods or services. You can be up and running in a few minutes, and if you have any issues, you can reach out to us and Brett will upload you with AI and you can be on the site in like 7.5 minutes.
And that brings us to the end of business news. Got it right that time. Getting better. Right, what do we have now? Oh, there's the URL.
There's the mall, Brett.
Q&A. So what are questions for this week?
What is the difference between IP55 and IP65? 10.
Ooh, I like that.
That's
So
the
IP
difference.
stands for ingress protection.
Oh,
Did you know that? Well, you can read some notes and
I
read
thought
that.
it was just IP.
No, that's intellectual property. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So when you buy a new phone, all right, it comes on the side of the box. It says IP55
Yep.
or IP65 or IP or X6, X5, X7, and so on. Those two numbers are quite important. So ingress means to penetrate, to permeate.
Yep.
So the ingress protection,
Going in.
the first number is solid, the second number is liquid. So the first number, so you said IP55 and 65. The IP, the 5, means that it can stop to a small degree, like dust or
Oh, okay. Right.
dirt.
Right.
The 6 would be better than the 5. So you want these numbers to be high. But both of them are only 5s on the second number. So that means that they are splash proof. They're not waterproof.
Right.
And they're not, you can't submerge them. So when you get to an
Like
IP6,
water resistant.
Correct. So water resistance
Is
is
not
always
waterproof.
a 5.
Yeah.
The second number is a 5.
Right.
If it's a 6, it can be literally dunked and pulled out. So you still can't swim with it. But if you had to drop it in, you've probably got 10 or 15 seconds.
If you drop it in the toilet, get it out fast.
Correct. And don't use rice. We did a show on that a while
Don't
ago.
put it in a bucket of rice.
No.
It doesn't work.
But what you're looking for is a 7. So you see a lot of the new phones. So this person that asked this question has bought an older model phone, maybe an iPhone 7, 8, or a Samsung, I don't know the numbers of Samsung's 8. So a 7, like an IPX7, when I say X, I'm not worried about the ingress. It's always a 5, maybe a 6 as the first number.
Right.
It's dust. There's not much else that you can worry about.
Okay.
Like
But
mud.
X7.
So X just means that whatever the first numbers we don't care about, the second number, the 7.
So what's the iPhone 12?
7.
We're a 7.
So I think it's a 6, 7.
Right.
So it's got a fairly good ingress, dust, mud, and so on. But the 7 means you can swim for 30 minutes.
Wow.
So the X means I'm replacing the number.
Right.
So X means
Oh,
they haven't
that's just-
spec the
right.
they haven't spec the solids.
Right.
They specifying the liquids.
All right.
So you can swim for 30 minutes.
I've only just realized what
up
solids
to 1
and liquids
meter.
he was talking about. Right.
Yeah, those are not the guy in the bottom
No,
of the
when you
Harbour.
said solids, ingress, like dust, and
Yeah,
then I went,
dust,
oh, okay,
mud.
that's what you mean by solid. Right.
Correct. Yeah.
And
solid
liquid, you
matters.
mean water or any
Correct.
other
It's
beverage.
important. There's something I need to also just specify there. I know that the brands will say this.
Yep.
But salt water and pool water,
Different.
very different.
One has salt, one is chlorine
But the
particles
I think it's the pool is more harsh than the
because
than
of
the ocean.
bleach.
Correct. So just check that as well on your manufacturer's box.
Yeah.
That even if it is an IP57 or
And if you
6,
drop
7,
it in the toilet, that's
but that's fine. That's less than half an hour.
not
You
if
can
it's got
take it out.
No, it's got icky stuff in
And
it.
then you don't want it. You know that I have to actually name and shape. And actually, no, he didn't do it. My brother-in-law went to a music festival and he was on his phone and needed his hands, obviously, and it slipped and it went straight in. He didn't go for his phone.
He left it there.
It went into the tank. It
Oh
disappeared.
no, that's too late.
No, you have
if,
to.
If it's in
You
the
just-
tank, it's
no,
too
but
late.
you didn't even call for help to get it. It's
No.
it's
It's too
gone.
late in the tank.
So that's one way to upgrade your technology. Drop it into a tank, and that doesn't matter what the IP rating is. It's IP and poo. Just leave
Well,
it
because
out.
it's got other chemicals too.
It has. So that's what the IP rating is that people talk about, is your ingress protection.
Question number 2.
Number 2, we've always got 2 at least.
2. Can you scan, or how do you scan with your phone? That's
Ooh.
easy. You just download an app, scanner
That's
app.
one of the options. So I'm going to talk about an iPhone because that's what I would use. I've got a really nice trick for the iPhone. So Angela's 100% right. There are lots of apps. I use.
Why
an
you
app-
talk about a wireless printer if we're talking about scanning with your phone?
So what's the question? There's lots of apps there, but if you
How
have
do
a
I
wireless
scan with my
multi-print-
phone?
Oh, okay, so I'm adding some notes to the questions here. So I'll get to the multi-printer. Why you would do a wireless one? So first of all, you can.
I have a wireless multi-printer.
So do I. And that's how I learned this trick.
I have 2.
So you get a Scanner Pro is a really good app.
Yep.
So it's like as simple as taking
Yep.
pictures and you can edit it. But if you have an iPhone and you use your notes feature,
Yeah.
open up notes, go add, take a photo in the app, and it adds it and allows it, a little plus button appears. So you can keep taking more and more photos and making a document.
Oh, so if you've got 10 pages or something.
And it all puts it into your note view, and then you can share your note.
It's not single.
So no, you can
do it. It's not single photos.
You don't have to do single photos.
Yeah, okay.
Because a lot of people do that. They just take a photo.
Yeah.
And then they share 10 photos. The problem with that is the iPhone takes really good photos.
Yeah.
So the files are really big. But using the Notes app,
it's not.
It condenses it.
Oh, Somi.
So what's that?
Somi.
Oh, on the Notes. I don't know if I've got any on here. I don't even use Notes. I have to find Notes. Notes. So you go to Notes, and then you go right, and you go New. I don't know how to do it. Oh, there. You open up your camera.
Yeah.
So you go take a photo. So let's take a photo of that. Use the photo. Now it's embedded in my apps, and I can go
send a copy, share.
Send it through or scan. I go scan, and now it brings up the camera. See, scan, it takes that picture.
Oh.
There it is. You see? Did you see a little thing at the end to line it up? So for the people that are watching us,
live demo,
it actually lines up a filter over the picture.
Yeah.
And I can say keep scan or next. So it's all inside Apple Notes.
I didn't know that.
And if you use a Mac, it will automatically appear on your Mac because of cloud. So I wrote a note about multi-printers. If you have a multi-printer, you actually have a scanner function on there.
Yes.
I encourage you to download the manufacturer's app. You can put your documents in there, scan from the phone app, and it will bring the document from the multi-printer into your phone. So you've already got it in your phone. So a lot of the multi-printers have the ability to scan a document
literally on
to
the
your
bed.
PC.
Yep.
If you use the wireless app on your phone, you can scan it directly to your phone so that you've got it there and you can send it or edit it or do what you want to do with it as well. A lot of people don't know that. They only link it to their PCs, but it actually can go straight directly into the phone.
Because they have an app. It's an app.
Yeah.
Clearly it's an app. It's an app on your desktop.
Correct.
Okay.
So yeah.
Because sometimes we forget, those of us who are just normal civilians, we forget that an app stands for application.
Correct.
And it's not necessarily just the realm of a phone and the Apple Store. It's not just there. It can be part of a bigger picture, which is an application that is on your desktop to use devices.
Correct.
So there you go.
So there it is. So it's very easy to use your phone. I suppose I could probably go on to say as well, if you don't have a scanner on your, like you don't have a multi-printer, right? So you've just got a printer.
Yeah.
Then use your phone to scan the documents and send it to your computer so that you can work on it or email it as well. People don't realize how powerful their phones are. Like they're probably only using 40% of the function. If that.
Bit like their brain, they're only
like
using
playing games and email, and that is not the phone.
No, I didn't know that about the notes because I was just taking a phone.
And then you're sitting with all those photos.
Yeah, and I was
try and collate it.
And I was only when I'm desperate, I just
send it as it is.
Do 3 pages and then send it to myself in an email and then
straight in there. There's a scan feature in Notes, and it lets you say keep and scan more, keep and scan more.
Yeah,
and it collates for you.
I will try. Okay,
awesome. I think that brings us to the end of the show. It's always fun, but it always goes quickly.
It does go quickly.
I think until next time, keep your screens clean
and your knobs.
Oh, you got Brett's artist there.
Shiny.
Bye.